Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting this channel, you're highly welcome. Now our political news of the day. His Excellency Governor Wike held an exclusive interview with journalists at Port Harcourt to discuss on the crisis rocking PDP as well as the issue about him and Celestial Omehia. But in this video, more trouble for Celestial Omehia because the governor said that he wants him to return back all the money that he has collected serving as a governor. Also, he talked in this video on the issue between him and Dark Communication land issue where he said so many things. So I want you to watch this video from the beginning to the end so that you hear what he has to tell us. And please do not forget to like, comment, and share this video. If this is your first time here, hit on that red subscription button and click on the notification bell for more of my video. Keep watching. I'll be right back. See you there. Let's hear from
2015. That's when I want to show vindictiveness. Why should I recognize this one who deserves, who allow me to complete my...
Perhaps the political enemy there wasn't him, but Rotimi.
No. I just came at 2015. And I must also tell you, when I was running for governorship, the primaries, Omehia did not support me. The facts are clear.
I thought you said he supported you for the primaries.
No, I'm talking about presidential.
Okay.
I'm talking about governorship then.
Oh, I see.
He was one of those who didn't want me to be. So that alone should even make me not to recognize you.
But help us understand this, Your Excellency. How is it that facts just emerged? The court ruling, by the way, was since 2007, right?
Yes.
So how is it that the facts just emerged 15 years after? And I recall that usually, before those decisions are taken, you get advice from the Attorney General. There's institutional memory, such that you look at those judgments and say, oh, the court has made a pronouncement. So isn't it curious that it's just 15 years after that those facts that are actually out there, really, for everybody, just emerged?
15 years, how?
Maybe it meant what? It meant 2015.
For 15 years. I've not been in office for 15 years.
No, I'm saying the court's ruling that said he wasn't a candidate in the election.
Yes.
I mean, it's been way before he came into office. It's out there. But you said that it was based on new discoveries, that he now took that decision to reverse it. So isn't it curious that you just found out that?
What is curious, that today, I'm not aware of certain events that took place yesterday. Then when I left office, I became aware. And I said, how did this thing happen? I was not aware. But I'm not aware. First of all, being aware, what can I do to remedy that? I cannot do anything because I'm no longer in the office. But I'm in the office. I've become aware. And what was done was wrong. What is wrong in remedying it?
So you were not aware in 2015
No,
of that
I'm just
court
giving
ruling?
you an illustration.
Okay, but
I'm saying that for
pointedly,
what I'm saying.
right.
I've just given an illustration. Listen, I'm in office today. I've left tomorrow. I will leave tomorrow. People are bringing facts to me. This happened. I said, how can you say that? I'm not aware. And in that situation, what do? I can't make amends. I've left office. Okay, I'm not in office. And something that has happened has now come to me that, look, see what happened. You may not have been aware of this. What do I do now in the office? I have a right to amend.
So perhaps it was...
what I'm trying to say is that if you are saying assembly, why were they not aware? You go and ask assembly, why were they not aware?
But Your Excellency...
And there's let me finish.
Right.
So the public will get all gist. That's why we say, why do we always impute motive in everything that's been done? What you should have asked. Take, for example, what assembly did that time? Were they right? Were they right? If they were not right, and are trying to correct themselves now, why do you read meaning to read? Why didn't you read meaning when they did what they did? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. For political, they couldn't have saved him.
Political for his own election.
Couldn't have saved him.
Political what?
For the politics of it.
In fact, it's even affecting us by taking that decision. APC now said that they were right. So why would I want to hurt myself politically? APC is now accusing us that they were right. So you cannot see that. What you should be able to praise the State Assembly, but for taking the bull by the horn. So say, look, now we have further facts. Okay, take for example, Supreme Court has given judgment several times, right? The same Supreme Court has come out to say, look, with the circumstances now, that position cannot continue to stand. Now, why would you not say, why are you not changing that now?
I think these are two different
No,
things,
they are not
really.
two different things.
Because the Supreme
even
Court did
liken
not...
Mr. Governor, they liken it to the case of Shonikon, who in the eyes of the law originally is not the head of state. But then the point there is that at a point in time, he presided over the affairs of the country.
Yes.
So the period of time that Celestine Omehia presided over the affairs of this state,
Yes.
of course, he did a lot of things for the state.
I don't know which court gave that judgment about what's the name?
Shonakan.
Shonakan was only appointed, was not elected.
But he was recognized as one
Under
of the
the military government.
Okay.
First of all, military government is an aberration. Military government is an aberration.
Maybe the closest to what we have there is the case.
Perhaps to avoid digressing, Your Excellency, to also, build on what Kayode has said, something is being reversed.
Yes.
And then you have put in some ultimatum on it again.
Yes.
It looks to the, common man that there is a bit of, if not retribution.
Who is the common man? Who has reached the common man?
Well, we are saying that, for instance, if you put an ultimate to something because you're just reversing it, it looks a bit punitive, or as if you're saying, he did something wrong.
Okay, has the man said it is punitive? Has he challenged it? If it is punitive, the man who is affected will challenge it. You see, the problem we have, you are the one imputing. The assembly said, look, you return this money, well, you ought not to collect the money in the first place. And they'll give you 7 days. What is why you say, look, I can't pay 7 days. I can pay in 1 month's time. Although I can't pay, you are wrong. You challenge it. We must allow the law to grow. We must allow the law. You see, most of the things that happen, we don't give room for people to challenge actions of government. We're always sitting down imputing that this, the common man said. And this time I ask people, who are the common men? When did you meet these common people?
Your Excellency.
You're merely saying what you have in mind.
No, I'm saying
Your Excellency, this was a resolution of the House. And I'm wondering, at what point did it become something that you had to sign? Because it was a resolution of the House. And then the issue of the enforcement of that resolution. Where does that leave Sir Celestine now?
First of all, when he said, is there any law that says that if a resolution is passed to the chief executive, it must take him 1 year, 2 months?
No, what I mean is it a law?
No, first of all, a resolution.
Because we're wondering what to sign.
I'm correct. So that you know how government operates.
Yes.
A resolution for directing the chief executive, that is the governor, to implement this resolution.
Okay.
Just like they did last time, by recognizing him, I implemented immediately. Now they did the same thing. I have not implemented immediately, and now there's a motive.
No, I'm wondering whether it's the instrument of implementation that you signed.
I have signed the instrument and it has been gazetted.
Where does that leave Sir Celestine?
Well, he has to pay or he cannot just in court.
It's been 7 days. Has he paid?
That is not for me to know. I will find out from the Attorney General.
What if he doesn't pay? What happens?
The Attorney General would advise. And I won't do the work of another person. The Attorney General would advise. Now that he has refused to pay, what is the next action to take?
But as of today, you're not aware that he has paid. Because it was exactly 7 days that you actually signed that instrument.
I can tell you something. See, I allow people to do their work. If it's exactly 7 days, so why not allow the 7 days to pass and ask, as been by the end of the work of day, that he has paid. So this answer I will be, if I say I have not paid, and then I go back to the office.
Because then you said that...
Listen, so that you get it clear.
Right.
Because the day has not ended.
Okay, so there's still some room for him to pay.
I mean, why not allow the day to expire? And then the 7 days are fully expired. and he has not paid. And then I called the Attorney General, and I said, Attorney General, listen, what has happened? Now that he has not paid, what actions are available for government to take? It's only the advice of the Attorney General that will let us know the next step that we'll take.
All right, Mr. Governor, one other issue that has raised a lot of eyebrows is the recent appointments in the states. It is said now that you have about 50,000 advisors. It's on the
Special
news.
assistants.
Special assistants.
Yes.
And then there are also about over 300 or about 319
Yes.
liaison officers within the wards in the state.
Yes.
And you have just about 8 months to leave office.
Yes.
One is saying, isn't that a burden on the state government at this time?
Sorry, Your Excellency, if you permit me, I'll keep that question in view,
Okay.
because there's a related question to the issue of political vindictiveness.
Okay.
If you defend that of Sir Celestin as not political vendetta, how do you justify the revocation of the parcel of land given to Africa independently?
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, again, everything that happens now, they say, oh, because you are supporting Atiku. In fact, if you cannot sleep well, it's because you are supporting Atiku. African independence does not have any parcel of land. If you can prove with a document that this land was given to him by the government of Rivers State, we will pay anything he claims. People must get the truth. In fact, you should also know that Rivers State government invested in African independence. You know that. So why would we be vindictive on the investment we made? The Rivers State government invested in African independence. And they were also vindictive on our investment. How do you reconcile that? They claimed that 2003, that the former governor of the Peter gave them 43.8 hectares of land to build the regional office of the African Independent Television. 2003, for those of you who are good in mathematics, 2003 to today is how many years?
19 years.
19 years to build the regional office, 43.8 hectares of land in the city of Port Harcourt. He did not apply to House CFO till Dr. Peter left. He did not apply from 2007 when Rotimi Amechi came on board. 8 years he did not apply. When I came on board in May 29, 2015, he applied to me to issue certificate of occupancy on September 28, 2015. I minuted to the Minister of Lands. Minister of Lands wrote back to me that, look, there's no document that he owned any property. And that's okay, replying. And they did. They were sending correspondences. Certainly, one of these days, sometime last month, I think so, I saw a call. I answered. It was his son, Raymond Jr. I said, what is it? They want to see me. I said, what's the problem? He said they have problem over the land where they are. I said, what are they saying? He said, Assembly invited him to tender the letter of allocation. I said, do you have letter of allocation? He said, no. I said, so what do I do? If you have letter of allocation, I will be able to say, okay, yes, even though you have not developed that land, we can find a way for government to say I can rescue you. But in this case, there's no letter of allocation.
All right.
So how do you now verify the claim? This is what I say, everything is politics. I'm giving the history this started. Now they say they now went and paid 86 million. What does 86 million show? Do you pay 86 million as if you have allocation paper? But the Attorney General wrote to us, advising us, say, listen, AIT does not have anything. Anything. Because what gives him that equity is the allocation of land, or the right to say, yes, I may have violated the rules by not developing the place for this number of years, not even applying for the CFO for this number of years. However, there's somewhere where he built a cubicle. The government can cede that to him. Cede that to him where he has built. But government takes the rest of the portion of land. So what is vindictiveness? You know, people will not come out and tell you the same. How can a whole management, a corporation, can tell you the allocation they have is missing? Go to land, it's not there. And now you're blaming me. And then they're saying now it's political vindictiveness simply because you supported article. Anybody that, you know, if you've done something wrong, if you take action, it's because you are supporting the article. Meanwhile, this matter has started before this article started. Assembly have been having public debate. I didn't even know until the son called me.
So there's nothing political about
That's
it?
not political. I've told you, show me allocation paper.
Right.
If he shows me allocation paper
There's
now,
a pending question.
if he shows me allocation paper now, River State government will pay him any damage he will claim.
So maybe to his question.
All right. So back to the question I was asking earlier. A lot of persons have raised eyebrows regarding some of the appointments you have made recently. Advisors, you have about 50,000 advisors now, and you have just about less than 8 months to leave office. How much of a burden that is to the state government, especially when they have to be paid with taxpayers' money, is raising a lot of eyebrows.
Okay. How is it a burden? Okay, take for example, who determines whether it's a burden on government? The people appointed, are they not reverse people? Are they not going to be paid? Are they civil servants? But you're adding more money? Or you're even employing those who don't have employment? It's not the duty of government to reduce poverty. It's not the duty of government to empower its people. If I have money, as I tell you now, this early morning we met, we are going to increase it to 100,000. It is not, you see, if we don't have the funds to pay, then it's a problem.
So this is like a project?
In fact, it is
political empowerment?
Yeah, it's not political. It is part of what we promised our people. If the next government coming cannot go with it, it's an appointment. The government can look, I can't deal with this. Right? The government is not tied to continue with it. But for me, information is key. Remember, this 319th
Liaison.
was it the first time I appointed him? It was that last year. The 40 local government last year, is it the first time? People just forget easily. What we have done is to listen. We don't get enough information we are supposed to get. What are the people saying at the polling youth level? What are they saying? Are they happy with our government? You go and find out so we can make adjustments before we leave.
So this is a political masterstroke for you, just to get to the grassroots.
It is you to tag what it is.
No, you say you want to get to the grassroots.
I have not tagged that. But you are entitled to say, based on what you had me say, this is what it is.
Are you going to be paying them, and how much would you be paying them?
That is not your business to know how much.
No, I think it's public
I don't need
funds.
to know.
But they are political appointees, sir. Are they?
By the time they are being paid,
Yes.
you ask. Yes. You can get that.
Are they political appointees?
They are political appointees.
So
They are not civil servants.
Okay.
They are political appointees. We are also going to employ civil servants before we leave.
Just to be clear, are you increasing it to 100,000, as you said? Or
I
you're
said today
considering it?
we met this morning.
Right.
We are going to agree to 100,000.
So now
and they are all
100.
reverse people.
Yeah. But when you talk about...
Why are you worried about this number? What's the, do you have anything
No, just to be clear, because it sounded like you were saying you're planning to, but now you
no.
say you will.
I said, look, let me tell you authoritatively.
Right.
We will increase it 100,000.
100,000.
Yes, we'll do that. Our people are so happy. If I tell you the kind of text message I'm getting everywhere, people say, look, I want to be part of this. I want you, please. I have no. Look, the unemployment rate is too much. Why you're doing what you can do by creating jobs, by employing civil service, you should also know that it's not enough.
So this is the infrastructure of the stomach that you spoke about long
You have
ago.
always used the word stomach. I don't know about stomach. But again, if you say stomach, if you are working, you feed your stomach. If you are working, but if you don't have work, will you feed your stomach? You will feed your stomach. You're not about clients.
Your Excellency, in this period,
Yeah.
would there be a mechanism, for instance, to gauge if there is value in what you have done in terms of what they would bring to the table?
Do you know what information is on the how important information is? You know, part of the problem we have is not on obtaining enough information. The other to execute and plan and execute. In fact, most of the problem we have today in this country is because you don't even you, the media, because I read the front page of newspapers yesterday that Atugu sends Dr. Dile, David Mark, Igori to Wike. I was with Dr. Dile with him yesterday evening for over 2 hours. Nobody has ever spoken to him on anything. Where you get the information, no, let me tell you. And it's a very misleading information, and the front pages of newspapers. So, if you have the accurate information, so many things will go well. But if you just stay one place and just, okay, I'm sure they are doing this, you sell out to the people. That is not fair.
How are we not sure he wasn't there to see you based on that report?
How do you know what?
How are we sure that he wasn't? You said you met him.
Most of even the one that involves me, most of the stories you carry, totally wrong. You begin to wonder. Sometimes I sit back. Where are they getting this information from? Me that is involved. I'm not even aware of what you're talking about.
Dr. Odili confirmed to you that nobody in PDP
has
asked him to be an emissary to you.
Nobody. Let the person come out.
And you didn't have discussions about the reconciliation and all of that?
What is that? What do I have to do with reconciliation? It's my leader in my state. We meet from time to time. I brief him from time to time. He's one of the leaders I brief.
But what has he told you regarding the issues between you and the presidential candidate?
That is not your business. What the father told his son is not what the son will come to the public and begin to tell you. That's a private conversation.
Yeah, but
why I said this to you,
yes,
when it shall become public.
Yeah.
And I'm only trying to tell you, there's nothing like that. So you don't go further to ask me what to discuss again.
Well, there's no harm in
But
trying.
will you listen to him if tomorrow he calls you and says, PDP has asked me to be an emissary between you and the party? Will you listen as a political father?
He's a very respected, reasonable father. Before he advises you, he knows that this is right and this is wrong. Okay. So it's not a question of whether if PDP go and begin to tell him lies, then he will come to him. He won't do that. He will tell PDP, no, this is wrong. So it's not a father that you think that because you've gone to him, that he will just call his son and come and do this. He's a reasonable father. It's one who respects so much in the state. So that is why, have you seen of all the governors, former governors, do you see him being the member of the former governors forum? Do you see him go and stay in Abuja? He's there. For goodness sake, do you see him in government house? You don't need to be important by running around people. People respect you, whom you are. Anywhere you are, people will find you. It's not only when you're running around to be attending associations meeting. Some people are relevant by being members of former government forum. They are not important in their state to deliver votes. So what gives them that recognition is that they are members of the former governors forum. I don't want to be important as a member of former governors forum. I want to be important that in my state, people respect me and I can deliver my votes. And therefore, if PDP wants anything, they have to come to my state and talk to me because they know I'm very important in my state, not because of my voice in the former governors forum. No, I won't do that.
Your Excellency, that has taken us.
All right, my people, thank you for watching. What do you say about the issue of between him and Celestian Omehia? I want to hear your thoughts at the comment section and other issues he has talked about. Do not forget that there are more of the videos that I'll be posting here, so stay tuned and don't touch that down. I'll see you in my next video.